Okay, what you're going to ultimately end up with are 3 of these point of purchase displays. In this case, Rollo. You'll have a couple other pieces, but you're trying to make the cardboard tube. You'll make the label that has the printed piece in Illustrator. This gold metallic will be glued on the ends just at the piece that's covered up, and your label will cover up the rest. So you're just doing a little bit at a time, covering up those 2 parts. But in order to make the cardboard tube, I ask you to take 3 tubes, put your name on it, one in the serif font, one in the script, and one in sans serif. So you have all the 3 different fonts kind of clicking away for yourself, trying to help you out. What you're going to do is you're going to create this paper. You're going to put it on the edge of the tube, and you can see it's kind of tight there. It's just glued on with Elmer's glue onto the paper, and it goes right along the edge, and then this will be trimmed off once it's finished, and I'll demonstrate that as well. But I'll give you a series of just some relatively light paper, easy to cut. This is just a Petri dish that has Elmer's glue in it, trying to keep it moist so you guys can kind of go through it pretty quickly. But all you're doing is you're taking the tube yourself, okay, cardboard tube. You're going to dip it into the glue, make it real easy so it's just on the edge, but you don't want to dip it all the way in. You're just trying to get enough on the surface of that edge so that you can see it. So you can kind of see it in there. And there's the glue. I have the paper. I'm just going to keep it on the stack and just put a little pressure onto the surface of that paper. So hopefully it'll stick. I'm pushing it down with my hand just to keep it there. And then once I pick it up, kind of make sure that I go over the edge, press it on. You can see I have a little bit of glue in there. Okay. Sometimes I take a piece of paper and just modify it there. I'll show you that in a second. While you still have it, take the opposite side. Do the same thing, just kind of dip it into the glue so that it covers the surface on all the matching parts. And just do it again, push it down. This has a crimp in it, it's not going to hurt it. And again, I'm pushing it from the top, and that's not going to hurt it either. It's kind of giving me a little bit of a pressure to it. I do have a pen I can use, so if you remember Mr. Rohr, see if I can do this. And it's a little high, but I'll demonstrate it on this one. All I was going to do was to take the surface and take the pen and just gently burnish. That's what they call that, all the way around that edge. Just on this top video, you can't see that too well. And just make sure that it attaches it. Both the surfaces are pretty porous, and it's pretty good. And just let this set to dry. Okay. I may even have a Q-tip that you can just swab right in there so the glue sticks around there. I'll get one of those for you. This one's already dry, so when you see it, it has a little bit of a surface tension in there that's kind of pretty well used. Make sure you put the lid back on the glue for the next user. And with these scissors, I'm just going to go as close as I can to that edge. I'm not trying to cut anything off, just the paper. No, not trying to cut the cardboard too off. And in this case, where it has a little bit of a depression, just kind of go in all the way around that edge. You can hear it kind of crunching a little bit. And this gives me a pretty substantial edge that I can go ahead and use the adhesive on the outside for the gold, and then when it comes to a sticker, that will apply it once we haven't created the graphics yet, but you'll have that set up. But you can't cut this right away, you have to let it dry a little bit. That's why I want you to make sure your name is on it. Okay. So that'll be the beginning. Again, this is the foil that'll have a sticky back to it, so it'll be placed on both ends, followed by your graphic eventually when you place it on there. So this is nothing more than a point of purchase display using simple methods, Illustrator, cardboard, everything that you place together, and you'll be all set.